I've been beat up my whole life, but I always come out on top. I'm a two-time UFC champion, and you may hate that. Hate the money, the power, the girls. Hate my right hand. You know what I hate? I hate to lose.
SureDog.com, the day after Frank Trigg continues to roll now. Your win against Misaki last night, very impressive. I mean, you did what you had to do. What did you want to accomplish as you prepared for that fight?
I mean, I really wanted to knock that fool unconscious. I mean, I thought that I knew my wrestling was way better than his. I knew that he was going to have better hands, better stand-up than me, because that's what he spent his time doing his whole life, was kickboxing. And I thought that for sure that once I got him to the ground, I'd be able to ground and pound him out. He's very, very crafty. He tied my arms up. I was really effective at getting free. Of course, though, Rico Chipotle, my manager's like, you can really beat up anybody you want within the first 5 minutes if you just put your mind to it. And really, first round, we slapped each other around a little bit. I took him down. Basically, took his back, had freaking a body triangle on him. It was literally, if I had been more aggressive with that rear naked choke, and it's one of the things we're going to work on, over with John Lewis over JSEC. We're really going to work on trying to figure out how I can finish the rear naked choke. So get in that position a lot, and you just have to finish him. I mean, obviously, you've seen other fights where I was on guys' backs and haven't been able to finish. Hopefully we get it to happen this next time. I really wanted to finish that guy, man. I thought for sure I could knock him out. I knew my ground and pound was way stronger than him, and no one can handle the ground and pound. When you get in a good position, start hitting a guy in the head. Of course, if this is Pride Rules in Japan, that fight would have been over in the first round. I didn't get knee in the head. It was getting, I would have went right to 69, just beat the living crap out of him. Nothing could have done about it because I controlled him the entire time. It just wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be. I really wanted to knock him out.
You seem to have taken to this weight really, really well. Did you have any idea that you were going to be this good at 185?
Man, if I had any idea I was going to be this good at 185, I would have moved up a long time ago, man. I'm not going to lie. It's not an easy cut, but it's not as tough a cut as to make 170. Most of you guys know my story. I blew up to 230, sitting on the couch. Really had a diet 30 pounds off to get ready to fight Jason Miller. And I don't know necessarily if it's me taking to the weight or the fact that I'm a little bit older, a little bit more mature, a little bit savvy fighter. I'm not as strong, at 185 as I was at 170, so I have to be smart about what I do. But I definitely enjoy the weight a lot more. I can have my glass of wine every night. I can actually go out on Monday nights and hang out with my buddies and not have to worry about, if I go out, am I going to have the energy to train in the morning, and stuff like that. So it's more fun at this weight. It's definitely more fun at this weight. And my body doesn't seem to hurt as much pre-fight. Little nagging injuries don't seem to hang out. So I really, honestly, I think I need a couple, 3 more fights before I'm really going to be fit into the weight, really comfortable, really knowing that, okay, I maintain and kind of push these guys around. But, we'll see. Right now I'm doing okay, and really, stylistically, is what won last night. He's a kickboxer type. He wants to knock you out. He thinks he can hit really hard. But I'm a guy that's going to be able, if you're going to strike at me, I'm going to take you down. And that's just the game. If you're a jiu-jitsu guy, I'm going to control you. I'm going to control you. So, just stylistically, it was a better matchup for me against Misaki than most of the other guys. And I think if Henderson wanted to do the takedown game with him, he would have crushed him. If Baroni wanted to do the takedown game with him, he would have crushed him. Kang obviously was crushing him with the takedown game in the first round, in the first half of the first round when they fought. And just for me, I just was able to do it, the whole 15 minutes and win the bout.
The only time that he really scored on the feet, he started throwing lead rights. I think it was the second round. Did you feel his power at all? You said at the first he touched you a little bit. Yeah, you know what? He stunned me a little bit, rang my bell a little bit, and then have you guys noticed? And I have to go back and watch the tape to make sure what I'm saying is true because I haven't had a chance yet to look at it on TiVo. But really, when I start getting hit like that, the first thing I do is I time your punch, I take you down. He starts coming out that lead right. It's really not going to do that much damage when you know it's coming. Even if I don't block it or I don't move my head, you still get your chin down and shrug your shoulders and take the blunt on your forehead, so it really didn't do that much damage. But yeah, he hit hard enough. Most guys didn't see it coming. If it was a phantom punch, you didn't see it. And he smacked me. He probably knocked most guys out if he caught me in the chin or whatever, but I knew it was coming. I knew what he had. I studied so much tape on him. I knew his hip motion, so I knew that he wasn't going to kick, so I wasn't worried about his kick anymore because he stopped shifting his hips. And I knew when he was going to jump me, so all I'm worrying about is that right hand until he shifts his hips. He never shifted his hips, the right hand was coming, so I got hit a couple of times. I was able to take him down and control him again. But yeah, he's a solid wrestler. He's very smart, very crafty. He really is a good fighter. Just wasn't his night. Afterwards, at the press conference, he made some statements. It sounded like he was making excuses, something about Las Vegas and not. I didn't quite understand what he. Did you have any idea what he was talking about? I actually. To be honest with you, and you guys know I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to make stuff up. I try to shoot as straight as I can. I kind of felt disrespected.
because you know, he's trying to make an excuse. You know, I respect you as a fighter, but Las Vegas is too humid and it's too hot. And, you know, I wasn't prepared to be here. Let me tell you something. We're in the middle of a freaking desert. How humid is it going to be here? It's not that freaking hot outside either. It's like 54 degrees outside right now. I mean, what the hell is his problem? And I kind of looked at the crowd, like he was making his comments, because, you know, he made his comments, they go through a translator. And I was looking around, I'm like, well, maybe I'm just not hearing it right. You know, maybe I'm taking it out of context. Because none of you guys, none of the press, none of the media, none of the fans were looking at me like, oh my God, I disrespected you. What are you going to say? Because I felt like I should have stood up and like, listen here, motherfucker. If you really want to do this, then let's go ahead and we'll go back to Japan. I'll beat you in your own game. I'll beat you in your ring in Tokyo, and we'll do it there. Because that's really how you feel about it. It was just wasn't too much for you to compete here. That's fine. I got no problem. Because I know underneath the pride rules in Japan, the fight would have been over first round. I took him down, freaking went to 69, need him in the head until, you know, Yuji Shimano would have stepped in and stopped and saved his life. He got saved because we're on the UFC rules here, Nevada State Athletic Commission rules here, so he gets saved. So I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm being a little biased. Maybe I'm a little, you know, maybe I'm a little emotional with it. But I really think that he was disrespecting me as an opponent. Even though he says, "Hey, I respect you as a fighter." Hey, look, you know what, Sure Dog, I really love you, but as soon as you turn around, I'm gonna spit at you and put a knife in your back. That doesn't mean anything, you know. So like when you tell me you respect me as a fighter, but then you're gonna say make excuses for the reason why you lost. You're a pussy. You fought, you lost. It's the end of it. Don't make an excuse. I mean, there's guys out there. You know, I'm never a guy to tell you, hey, my hand was broken when I fought. Hey, I had a cold. Hey, I had a flu. I'm not that guy. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I do gloat a little bit too much when I win. I try to bring that down. But I'm never going to make an excuse when I lose. Hey, I lost. Period. That's it. I lost. I was not the man that night. The guy that beat me was a better man. That's just the end of it. And I never try to make an excuse. It makes me angry a little bit when guys do make excuses, whatever it is. Atmosphere, sickness, food, whatever the hell it is.
Dan Henderson stopped Vanderlei Silva last night. Now holds 2 belts. One is in your weight division now. I think there's not much of a doubt that you guys would fight each other. Wrestlers, you know, will compete against one another.
Yeah.
You know, what does a fight versus Frank Trigg and Dan Henderson look like?
First of all, let me tell you what, it's not my weight class. And let me tell you what, Paulo Filo's ahead of me. Dennis Kang is ahead of me. You know, Phil Baroni technically is ahead of me. We got guys out there that are much better than I am at this weight class with a longer track history. I've only fought twice at 185. Don't be out there telling me for a title shot yet. I mean, I need at least 2-3 more fights before I'm ready for a title shot in any organization. I just happened to get one in Icon because they needed someone to fight Jason Miller, and I was just the next sucker that stepped in line, you know, really. And I happened to win that bout. I mean, it's just, I'm not ready for a title shot by any means of Pride Fighting Championship. It's too tough a weight class. It is just too tough a weight class. But yeah, Dan Henderson would fight each other for sure. Not because, hey, I want to, you know, Dan and I hate each other. Dan and I are friends, and Matt Little and I are friends. We don't fight each other because wrestlers don't care. We fight each other. If that's the next card, if that's the guy we got to fight, then we fight him. And if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. And, you know, we'll try to beat the crap out of each other, try to rip each other's arms off, try to tear each other's heads off in a fight. But hey, we're going to be friends before, we'll be friends after. It's not that big a deal. It's competition. That's why wrestlers in the very beginning, when MMA started in America, took over, because for us it's just competition. We don't have to hate you to compete. We just want to compete. That's all we want to do. And it's the same now. We all want to compete. You know, we just want to compete. We don't care against who. We just want to compete. And if we like you before the fight, we're going to like you after the fight. If I don't like you before the fight, it's not because we're about to fight. It's because I really don't like you. I don't like you as a person. So it's not like, you know, I don't have to hate every guy I fight. Every guy that fights me may have to hate me, but it's not my problem. Dan and I would like each other. Lynn and I like each other. If we have to fight, we have to fight. That's just the way it works. I don't see myself being able to fight Dan anytime soon. There's a lot of better guys right now that have a better legit chance of giving Dan a better fight at 185 than I do right now. I'm just not ready for the weight. I just got here. And there's so many other matchups you can give me right now. There's so many different guys you can give me. You know, Gono's another good matchup they can give me. You know, I mean, the list goes on and on. There's tons of guys. I haven't fought anybody at 185. I've fought 2 guys at 185. Pick another guy at 185, I can fight him. I mean, why does it have to be a title shot all of a sudden? Or for that matter, why does it always have to be a top 5 guy? Can you give me somebody in the basement, please? Can I get a tomato can at some point? I'm getting tired of having to fight guys who are actually good. Give me somebody that sucks, just once, please.
It doesn't sound like your next one's going to be a tomato can. It's Robbie Lawler and Icon, is that right?
Yeah, I got to fight Robbie Lawler and Icon March 31st. I don't know what the hell my problem is. Why do I always keep signing up these fights with really tough guys? Lawler poses a big problem, man. Great striker, incredible striker. Great wrestling defense when he wants to use it. Great wrestling power bombs when he chooses to use those. You know, really, I don't have much time to get prepped for him. I got about a week off, and I have to start and get right back after him, man. Robbie's going to be a tough fight. I got to get film on him right now. I literally have to start watching tape this week. Man, I don't know, man. It's going to be a really tough title defense down in Icon. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really, really hard, and I'm excited for it, man. I'm up for the challenge, but man, this is 3 fights in a row against really, really tough guys, and I'm not really sure. I don't know why the hell I signed up for all this mess.